welcome to another episode of Most Likely to Succeed. As you can see, I have two special guests here with me today, and I will let them introduce themselves. Who wants to start?
Age before beauty, go ahead.
Hey. Oh! Not age before
beauty. Very shady. I'm in my prime, thank you very much.
Please let her
but it was like, I'm gonna let her do her thing, but then I'm gonna come on. Like, that's what it was giving. Yeah. Anywho, hey y'all, I am Alexandria Grant. You petty. I am from the best city in Texas, DeSoto. Let's see. I have known Mel since 2017. And I'm excited to be on here today to chat about
thank you for coming.
Different topics.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Hey y'all, I'm Des. I have also
been child
about 7 years.
Jesus.
However long lit has been going.
It's 2017-ish. Yeah.
Something like that. And be sure to explain to my audience what you said. However long lit is.
So lit is a Bible study group. Actually, it's a young adult Bible study group that is based out of Dallas, Texas. So if you ever want to join us on a Tuesday night, we are there at 7 p.m. So pull up here, there, pull up.
I'm there when I can.
It's been a minute, but that is where we met. So that's all that's important. But yes, get plugged in if you would love to, for sure. But thank you both for agreeing to just spend some time with me today. Y'all could have said no. Y'all could have said, I have a date, I got this. I know you always with your nephew and doing some excursion. Yeah, I know you always got something up your sleeve. So I'm appreciative of you guys spending time with me today to record this. This episode is very informal, just a conversation on today in particular, relationships. And I know y'all cringed probably when I said that, but we're not just going to focus on romantic. We're going to focus on familial, platonic, and even co-workers, relationship, what that looks like. So we can get right to it, just to ease everybody's mind. We won't start with the romance. We can start with your idea of what friendship looks like from different points of life, childhood, early 20s until now.
I feel like in adulthood, I feel like friendship looks like a lot of balance. Since everybody's they're on a lot of different paths in life. People are married, having kids, trying to further ourselves in our careers. So and life just be life. So it looks like a lot of balance. I literally had a friend ask me a few weeks ago, why is it that I see you every 3 months? Because I be out here fighting for my life within these 24 hours.
No, fast. They go so fast. You wake up and you have to do it again. It's like, whew. Yeah. So my prayers to you, because wow.
I would agree to that as well. Definitely it's all about balance. I think too is just knowing that friendships now take work. They take a lot of work. The women that I am friends with, we check in. We are locked in. Like what they say, ain't no switching up. Like we are working to make sure that you are an active person within my life, whether that's phone calls or text or FaceTimes or literally communicating only through memes. Right?
It's a love language.
It's really, because if you are not flooding my inbox on IG, Charlie Charnel Woodley. If you're not flooding my inbox on IG, like, are we even really friends?
Right. The most random.
Right. Like, make me chuckle throughout the workday.
For sure.
But no, I think that from my younger 20s until now, early 30s. Hot early 30s.
Very early.
Just
like we just stepped over.
We're not even at the hump yet.
Hey 30, how you doing?
Okay.
Nice to meet you.
Okay. Don't even want to be here. But younger in college, it was very much like big group of friends. We're always hanging out. We're always going out. And, you know, I think that group is still pretty big, but that group is very intentional now. I am in a position, and I'm with my friends a lot now, the past couple of months, I'm in a position in my life, or a season in my life that's here to stay, where it's like, I need my friends to be there for me. I need my friends to be intentional. I need my friends to listen. I need my friends to give me honest feedback. I need my friends to tell me, yo, you messing up. Or that was really petty, you didn't say sorry. Or, you know, I see you really going hard for this, but are they going hard for you? You know? Yeah, so like, I really wasn't thinking like that in my 20s and college. I was like, oh, we're all friends, we're girls, it's fine.
Of course.
She didn't mean that, like that's just her.
You hope
and now,
different standard.
Yes, the older I get, you kind of see, you know, that you are changing, you are growing. And yeah, I as I grow, I want my friendships to grow with me. So you have to water your friendships, and you have to also water yourself too. You know, like I can't do the surface no more. I can't do the fake. I can't do the, we should grab coffee. And never grab coffee. No.
I call it occupying
it's
space.
Okay.
Like if I feel like you're not feeding into my life,
Right.
I'm not growing by being in relation with you.
Absolutely.
Then you're occupying a seat for someone else.
Right. Yeah.
You're occupying a seat for someone else.
Yeah.
I love the water analogy.
Yeah.
I was on Instagram a few days ago, and I think it's a Jimmy the therapist. I don't know, but he went to like a little flower store or whatever, and he basically bought 2 plants. And so one of them, he just kept watering it for a few weeks, and it started getting green and growing. The other one, he just neglected it, and he didn't water it or anything, and it died. And so he was like, that is a representation of how relationships can be.
Yeah.
So whatever relationships you have to water, so they gonna grow.
That's
very true.
If you're not watering them.
I think it's important to be able to decipher too, like, is this non-watering intentional or is it not? Because there are some friends where you are like, I don't know why we really fell out, but if she not gonna water me, I'm not gonna water her neither. And it's no love lost. Just know that like I'm loving you from a distance until we fall together. Right. And if we don't, we're both fine with that.
And I'm curious to know, when your friendships get to that space of uncertainty, if you will, what is your approach to that?
So I feel like this is currently happening to me now, and it's been ongoing for some time, right? I have a couple of friends, and I'll still call them friends because there's history there, right? You know, we'll chat on IG and, oh, I saw your mom, or oh, da-da-da, yeah, we should link up. Okay, yeah, let's do it. I'm totally fine if we don't do it, right? Yeah. You don't hit me up, I don't hit you up.
No follow through.
There's no follow through. And for some of those friends, part of the reason why I don't follow through is because I always follow through.
You're always the one.
I'm tired.
Yeah, and it shouldn't all
I'm
be
burnt. I'm spun.
Yeah.
As my mama say, I'm spun.
Yeah.
Like, I'm always the one reaching out, checking on you, you know, letting you dish or spill on me about everything that's going on in your life. And I'm just sitting there blinking like, okay, you really needed that. But there's never been like I'm over here by your house. You home, babe? I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna order us
the same effort you're putting out, you're not receiving.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I don't do that for friends that have not done that for me or have had an opportunity to do so, but won't. Like, if you run into my mom at the store and we haven't talked in a couple of weeks, and you hit me up and you say, hey, are you free? Da da da. And I say, yeah, okay, bet. I booked us a table at Pangea. Be there. Oh, okay, man, I was really trying to hang out with you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. But if I'm always the one that's extending the olive branch, baby, I'm tired. And I have other friends who are focusing on me and we're watering each other.
Yeah.
So for me, it's not anything petty. It's just that I love you. And I'm glad that we had that space in our lives where we were locked in and it was so many memories and oh my gosh. But it's not like that now. Yeah. And that's boundaries. It's boundaries.
You have to set boundaries. You have to do that. Yeah. And I think that's a part of growing. I know in my early, even late 20s, I can say I entered my 30s being conscious of that. And it's a very telling moment in your life when it happens because I think we operate from a place of like our childhood.
Right.
We were friends with who was around us, right? You were friends with the neighbor, friends with who was in your class, and you get used to people being in your circle by default. Yeah. Without choosing them to be there, without saying, okay, I'm specifically saying yes to you spending time with me. Right. So it's different now. And I think it's an adjustment in life that comes. So I know in my early 20s, late 20s, I went through that where I actually fell out with a friend of 20 years. You know, somebody I considered a sister because we always were, it was fine, you know, before like life got real. It became that moment where you sit back and you realize, I'm the one initiating everything. And you don't feel that as a teenager. You just think, oh, this is the way it goes. This is just our dynamic. Yeah. But you get to a place where you're like, I'm doing all of the work. And so I had to pull back from that relationship. It was a hard moment for me to challenge myself and saying, do I grow and choose myself or choose what's right? Or do I just let this person remain my best friend? I was like telling everybody, this is my best friend, and we may not have even talked for a long time. Yeah. But I'm just like, this is how I've been wired for so long. So I had to sit back, do an analysis to say, you know what? I don't think I'm supposed to be. It has to be shared. The role has. If I don't reach out to you, and if I don't hear from you, the relationship is only functioning because of my efforts. Yeah.
And let's be clear too. I think a lot of people put heavy emphasis on, I haven't heard from her in 3 weeks. So are we still friends? That's not what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
We are talking about effort. We are talking about
whatever that looks like.
Making an effort for whatever I know is coming from your heart. And I know, I know Mel does not like, I'm just not true, but I know Mel does not like shopping, but she at North Park Mall with me and we've been here for 6 hours. My girl put in the effort to be with me, her friend. Like, I see that. Yeah. So I don't want anybody to like sit here, you hearing thinking that you haven't talked to someone in 3 weeks and aren't your friend. Like, people have lives. That's not what we are saying. We're saying like, oh, there's you was on my spirit. There's you good. You can just
quick check in.
You dropped in my spirit. I had to call you. Okay.
How's the car search
relationships? They struggle because some of them lack communication too. Because like if you
communication, y'all heard what
if you're going through a season, you going through something, you don't really want to talk to your friends, your family, and all of that. You can too communicate that and just let them know, hey, if you're reaching out to me, I may not be as responsive, and this is why. So that can be an understanding on both parties.
Simple communication. Yeah.
It's not that I'm ghosting you. It's just in the season.
Life. Yeah.
I wish sometimes this is just like the child in me. Sometimes you wish you were like naive to things. Because life will put you in positions to like grow up and to acknowledge things that you have to like be there for and confront. And it's like, oh, this is hard. Having those conversations, whether it's friendship breakups or, realizing like, oh, I'm doing the most here. Again, like I said a second ago, if I'm not the one reaching out, are we really friends? And it was a season of my life where I actually did that. I was like, let me just not reach out first and just see. Long story short, y'all know how that evolved.
It's not. It drives up.
I too have done that experiment. Not with just my friends, but my family too.
Yeah, the person I'm even thinking of, I was in this girl's wedding as a bridesmaid, and just to kind of paint the picture of how close we were, but I made this particular person, I made a conscious effort to say, I'm gonna stop saying, hey, you going here? You wanna go? I'm always the one thinking of the food place, thinking of the outing. I said, let me just see. Once I kind of felt it, I said, let me see how it goes. And as a test, or what I thought it was a test, really became real life. We just kind of, because at that point I made a decision for myself to say, I'm not going to continue to put all the effort in. And so it wasn't, those are very, for me at least, strange relationships, because it's like nothing bad happened. She didn't Not me. We didn't have a falling out, so to speak, or she didn't cheat with my man. So you always try to pin it to something. But I think some relationships are just, you grow apart.
There's nothing to pin it on.
It's nothing to pin it on. You just realize, like, oh, maybe we were just moving in two separate directions. And I had to be okay with that. Like, there was never any beef. It just, I realized I was putting more work in. And I said, no, I'm on a path of being very intentional. And I want what I'm putting out.
Absolutely. I think that's what everybody wants. It's so important because we're living in different times. We're living in a different world. Yeah. And I feel like millennials, us, we have access to so much and we're able to do life different from our parents now. And we see things a little bit clearer. It doesn't always mean that we're wiser, but we see how different things could be done and can be done better. And friendships are definitely that. Like, I'm not putting my time and energy into nobody who's not putting it into me. Because we have life, we have work, we have internal spiritual battles, struggles, we have things that we want to achieve in our life. Like, we have everything going on, and we ain't even added kids or a man yet.
Oh, this is the single life, y'all. I'm married. How do y'all do it? How do y'all manage? Please write in the comments. I managed XYZ. I mean, kudos to y'all. And I'm saying that I want all those things. I want the husband, I want the kids.
Absolutely.
But it's a struggle in your singleness to just maintain day to day.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
For sure, be out here trying to practice doing everything all at once.
What do you mean?
Everything.
All at once.
Like being booked and busy?
If I want to do laundry, go grocery shopping, clean the house up all in one day, be to work that same day too. Yeah. Cook dinner all in that one day.
Yeah.
Then.
So you're saying you think that prepares you for?
For sure.
Okay.
I just don't want to I'm going to work that day, and then I'm going to cook dinner, and then that's it.
Oh, you go ahead and
you're practicing for the life
doing multiple things. Because imagine you going to work.
Switch.
Yeah, or what you on a hybrid schedule or something. You got to come home and you got kids. They don't want to talk to you. Imagine coming home every day and you got kids that want to talk to you. You got a spouse that want to talk to you too.
You know what scares me about marriage and kids? Having to lose sleep.
That
sounds very basic in mind.
That's very scary. I love sleep.
Because I don't have to, everything is my schedule. Me.
Yeah.
I don't want to go. I can change my mind. I don't have kids asking me, Mommy, take me to the football game. Oh, I can't wait. But also, I know with that blessing comes a sacrifice. Sacrifices of time. Time is one of them. So I'm not looking forward to that.
That losing sleep, you don't have it.
Yeah. Oh my God. Having to get up I don't know what it feels like to have to get up in the middle of the night other than going to the restroom. But for a kid, for a whole human that's maybe hungry or God knows what else because they can't talk, that makes me think I'm babysitting two twins in about 2 weeks. My twin nieces, my cousins. I'm babysitting them for 2 nights. Y'all pray for me.
How old are they?
They're 2. They're the terrible 2. Okay. So they walk now.
Well, they can walk and talk, and they're hopefully getting potty trained. You're good.
But the terrible 2 is wild.
I thought it was easier when they were younger because all I had to do was change diapers.
No.
But now it's like I gotta keep up with you. I gotta make sure you're not putting your finger in a socket.
Hey, y'all want to hear a funny story?
Absolutely.
So one night, I think my mom said I was either 2 or 3 years old, but I had got up in the middle of the night and I had went into the kitchen and I was just into everything in the fridge, the mayo, the mustard, the ketchup, and everything. I was squeezing everything.
It sounds like a commercial.
Had it all over my head.
How old were you?
Either 2 or 3.
Oh,
so because I was at that age of crawling out of the crib. So at this point, I had ketchup all over my hands, and I went in my parents' bedroom.
It's like a murder.
They had the lights off, and so when they had turned the lamp on, I scared them because they thought
it was blood.
Oh my God. They thought it was blood.
Oh my God.
And they were in the kitchen, just told a mess everywhere.
Worse.
In the middle of the night.
In the middle of the night.
Hi, Mommy. Hi, Daddy.
In the middle of the night. It was wild. And I didn't have no hard time because they had little night lights all around the house.
She said, I have a hard time finding it.
No, but they made it easy for you.
Yeah. Just scared. Taking everything off that little refrigerator door.
Wow.
Because why was I in there?
Why ready?
I'm trying to get ready for if you're saying yes to kids. You're saying yes to anything. You don't know what's to come.
But I be swearing, I want me like 3 or 4 kids. But I'm just like, I can't imagine. I'm in there asleep. And you come in here.
Another fear I have of having kids, and it may be dramatic saying fear, but I always think, like, I know how, I don't like saying OCD anymore because I know that's a like actual thing that people deal with. So I'm very conscious not saying that anymore. But I know how meticulous I am when it comes to like hygiene and cleanliness. Mm-hmm. And so a recurring thing that plays in my head is like when I have a girl or a kid or whatever, them going to a public restroom by themselves. I can't release control in that way because it's like, I know my standard. So, you know, kids touch everything. They sit on everything, you know. So I feel like I'm going to have to train them out the womb, like push.
Absolutely.
Hey, we can't be sitting on a public toilet. Like, they got to know.
Like, there's something that you can talk to her about that.
I guess so. I'm sure. I guess I'm just over.
Yeah, you can, like, be practicing with her when y'all go to other family members' house.
True.
Don't you sit on that toilet.
You line it.
Line the seat of that toilet.
When I take little kids down to the restroom and I see it, I just be like, hold on, you gotta just, you know, they just do whatever. Kids have no concept of germs or danger. They just walk.
Because they're living in their own world.
They're living in their own world. So it's like, dang, I gotta keep you safe and healthy.
Even with a little boy, you gotta make sure that he's shooting in that toilet and not on the people's floor.
So that's one reason where it's like, I'm like, they going to public school, they just, you know. But I learned, so I guess, you know, my mom taught me, so I'll be able to teach them. But it is something that, like, stays in the back of my head.
Yeah. That's a lot of very valid
I think so.
fears.
I think so. But yeah, next week, they're going to, 2 weeks from now, they definitely going to run me crazy. But I'm excited to, like,
FaceTime us.
I will. I'm going to be like, help! What are you doing?
Nail hair going to be all over the head.
My cousins on my dad's side, he called me and was like, hey, can you keep the twins, yada yada weekend? And I was like, my first reaction was like, overnight?
She wants to say,
like, hell no. I said like, oh, during the day? He said, no, overnight. I said, oh, how long? He said, like, Saturday or Friday and Saturday. I just quickly said yes, because I'm like, you know what? I need the practice. Like, I just want them to stay alive.
Yeah.
If they stay alive, I would be happy. I can't promise anything else, but it's 2 of them, and they're like twins. I feel like y'all have like a unspoken language,
absolutely,
like against other people.
So are they like identical twins?
Like fraternal.
Okay.
But to me, they look identical. You know, you get older, you start looking different, but they're fraternal. But
like I have some twin cousins. We're literally the same age, but when I was younger, I could never tell them
you could
apart.
Never. Okay.
So if I was trying to get their attention, I would just be like, hey.
So they were identical?
Yeah.
Okay.
But even as an adult now, sometimes I'd be like, hey, if I can't,
if you can't figure it out. Oh, kids.
I'm just glad they dress differently, so then I'll be trying to like.
Yeah, I have to remember what they have on or their hair. It's like little details, like their nose or one face is a little wider. But I can't just call their name. I have to like.
I'm gonna say, hey, in a minute.
I have to look first, and then I have to like, okay, Ava. But I'm excited to keep them. I'm just. Once you get them, I'll be like, thank you for coming back.
Let us know.
Yes, I will. I think you were the first person I thought of because I know you're always spending time with your nephew, and I'm like, I gotta do this more, even with my niece.
Today's been really interesting. Part two coming soon. I want to do it camera, but busy and booked young ladies
one night or whatever, and it was just
time feels like it's a long time with podcasting.
The struggle, like, but you know, I felt like in a moment where I'm like,
oh, we only touched on that one thing. So you
sure, why not?
Right.
Come on over. I have space. So yeah. But that leads me to like another topic.
But yeah, this concludes the segment.
Friendships and you know how sometimes they can dissolve. What is your approach on ghosting? In dating.
I'm not a big ghoster.
Okay.
It depends on the time span that you've been communicating with the person.
Well, okay, so let's like talk about this too.
There was a time, however recent y'all would like to think, where I was debating as far as, you know, on the dating scene, when is it okay to ghost? Like, I've kind of grown out of that space. I don't believe in ghosting. But this, I think I told y'all about this individual. I don't know. I guess I got to a place where I was like, okay, the conversation was just not there. And to ghost or not to ghost is the question. And so I made an executive decision for my life, and I decided to ghost him. If you see this, you know, it's okay. You know, but you know, I thought long and hard about it. I typically don't do that, but hear me out. I felt like, based on the conversation, like, you're not engaging with me enough. I have to be tapped in, and that doesn't mean 24/7. But you know, to me, a friendship looks like engagement. You know, if I hadn't talked to you in 6 months, I probably wouldn't consider you a friend. You're, you know, no love lost or anything, but you're probably more of an associate or somebody I see from time to time. But for me, I'm big on communication. Even if I have a good friend that lives in Houston, we don't talk every day, but when we talk, it's like we're updating each other from, you know, months ago, but it's at least every month or so I'm checking in or something. Yeah. So even if it's at a distance, having that lines of communication open, I think that's what like personal friendships look like to me.
And I think that when you get older too, nobody really tells you how much it hurts to have a friendship breakup. Yeah. Like when you break up with somebody that used to be your friend.
I've been through that.
And
a few times.
For real breakup where y'all duke it out verbally.
Yeah.
Or it could be a silent breakup like, dang, we really don't mess with each other no more.
Yeah, like nobody said
nothing.
But y'all both
texting and calling.
Those are weird.
Yeah, it's the like, oh, hey girl. Or I like your picture, but we don't really like talk. Like those are so weird for me.
Like those are like the breakups that I prefer.
You prefer that? Absolutely not. Because I need to know.
But it's more like when there's like a conflict.
Oh God, I need to talk about it.
Right.
If I sense any tension
or just weirdness,
I'm picking up the phone.
No, I like when it's just a
silent departure.
So you ghost me because it's just like
silent departure. That's
so. But like, what if that person doesn't know that y'all are not friends? They just feel like that's just how Des is.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I've had encounters where they're like, okay, well, do you feel like we're not cool anymore? And then that's
so somebody's actually spoken
initiated
it. Most of the time, they ask, and then that.
But you won't do it.
Absolutely not. I ain't got time.
You just be like, oh, it's awkward, it's weird. I mean,
yeah.
Sometimes,
but most of the time, like if we're like on the same page though, then we both
that's
like,
different.
It just there's no beef or nothing. It's just we've grown apart. Yeah, it's not that anything happened. We're just in two different two different paths.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but me and Mel sound like we need to hear that verbally. We need to know. I need to know, like, although I feel like maybe we have drifted apart, I need you to like meet me for coffee or something, and I need you to tell me like, here's why I think we have drifted apart. No shade, no tea. There's no bad blood or anything, but like I need you to say what you need to say. I'm going to say what I'm going to say. We can hug and then live our lives separately and live and just like exist. You know what I mean? Like I got a hug. Well, I mean, whatever, right? But I just can't be like, is she my friend or no? Like, that is,
I'm going to give you the opportunity to share whatever's on your heart, too.
I think in my, like, big age, I'm just like, I need people that's going to be there for me because I ask for a lot as a friend, but I give what I ask for.
That's fair.
I don't think I have friends that could say, she's never been there for me, she's never listened. Like, I'm like, I give a lot and I ask for a lot too because I know what I give to others. My friends can call me in a heart and be like, yo, we finna ride out. My dog coming, but I got you. You know, like, I don't have a sitter, but my dog is coming with me, you know? But yeah, that's so like I have to have closure. I have to have closure. I'm sorry.
Especially if we were tapped in